There's definitely an art to making great mid-engine sports cars. Lotus is well versed in it. Porsche's getting pretty good at it too. But it's Ferrari that owns it. Could pretty much teach it these days actually. And its greatest example to date, well, that's a 458 Italia. Probably. Now, if you're a 458 owner, the chances are you've come to that car via a couple of other mid-engine Ferraris, models like the one we're testing today. And here's the thing, apparently for a portion of those 458 owners, their car just isn't quite the definitive article. Maybe it's not raw enough or loud enough, not quite Ferrari enough, they say. This one, apparently, is all of those things. It's the 430 Scuderia. Maranello famously dropped the F off the F430's name for this lightweight, hardcore version. The irony being, of course, that around a circuit like this at Castle Combe, this car is a lot more effing fast than the standard one. That's because it's 100 kilograms lighter than an F430, and it's got 508 horsepower, which is 25 horsepower more than the standard car. In terms of numbers, it'll do 60 in 3.6 seconds, which is fast by anybody's measure, and it'll go on to 198 miles an hour. But that's really only half the story. The Scuderia was Ferrari's first paddle shift only model. It used the old automated manual F1 gearbox rather than the current dual clutch unit, but it got new software, and as you can hear, there's not a lot wrong with the speed of the shifts. It was also the first Ferrari where the stability and traction control systems were fully integrated with the eDiff, the electronic differential on the back axle, whose settings you can change with this little manettino on the steering wheel. And so in that respect, it pioneered a lot of the clever electronic chassis trickery that went on to feature so spectacularly on the 458. Besides all that, you get carbon ceramic brake discs as standard, which are pretty powerful, I can assure you, as well as Pirelli Corsa sticky tyres and a really stiff, focused track chassis setup, which keeps the car super rigid and flat through the corners. This particular car belongs to and is currently for sale with Dick Lovett Ferrari of Swindon. And for obvious reasons, I promise not to have too much fun with it on track today. Thing is, even when you're not going absolutely berserk, Scuderia just makes you feel like you are anyway. It's such an exciting car, imparts such an incredible thrill. The speed of the thing is one thing, and it's a seriously fast car, but that's only a part of the equation. First of all, just listen to the engine. Oh yes, it makes such a wonderful noise, and of course, it's the reason this thing is so fast. It just pulls so beautifully to 8,500 revs. You just want to live on the red line. It's incredible. But of course, it's not just about performance. This car has got enormous grip levels. Those Pirelli Corsa tyres really do give it a fantastically sticky front end, but also a really delicate sense of balance as well. And all of the electronic differentials and stability control systems just keep the car from getting too out of shape if you don't want it to, and today I don't. And the brakes, once you warm them through, they work just as well, every bit as well as you'd hope they would. You know, the 458 might be a fantastic car, there's no doubting that it is, but on a circuit like this, on a day like today, I think I'd rather be in here. The Scuderia is just such an incredibly sharp, fantastically fast, focused thing. It's really compulsive. And it feels like it can take this all day. There's no hint of fade from the brakes. The just more and more grip the harder you lean on the tyres. The engine's completely indefatigable. I mean, it pulls like a maniac above 6,000, as you can hear. This is the best mid-engine Ferrari for track days, there is absolutely no doubt about that. I think what I like the most about this car is that there's a sense of delicacy to it, as well as that hardcore focus. It's the kind of car you want to immerse yourself in completely and never ever stop with, never ever give back. It seems very early days to be declaring the Scuderia a proper modern classic, but interestingly, that's how the market seems to be judging it already. The oldest examples are now approaching their 5th birthday, but they're still worth, in some cases, up to 3/4 of their original showroom price. And all the experts, the people who have been buying and selling 360 Challenge Stradales for the last decade, they say this car has done most of the depreciating that it's ever likely to do. That's why a second-hand example would be a very canny buy at the moment. You probably lose less money on it over 3 or 4 years than you would do on your average BMW 5 Series. And ultimately, that's a very small price to pay indeed for one of the most breathtaking driving experiences you're ever likely to have.